It's the rule of nerds.
And today we're reviewing Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
So we're very excited to talk about this. And first off, if you are one of those people who've always found The Force Awakens as very derivative, well, worry not, because this movie is fresh, it's original, and you've got nothing to worry about. It doesn't retread any old Star Wars story. It's brand new, but it keeps a lot of old elements, enough for the fans to be happy.
So it's definitely its own story, but it's one that you're familiar with if you saw the original trilogy. It feels period accurate too. Seeing the ships and the architecture of that time, it really hits a nostalgic nerve. But the great thing is it's rendered in today's movie technology, so you can bet it's really visually appealing.
All right, so initially, I was afraid that this was really an unnecessary spin-off. I mean, I was thinking, do we really need this story? Is it possible that we just have our main story and do away with this? I always thought it was one of those cash cow, how to squeeze the franchise with as much money as we can. But apparently, after watching this movie, I realized that it's a pretty essential part of the narrative. So yes, it's not part of the main vein, but it's a great, great, great support story. It actually gives more to the main narrative instead of just being a supporting kind of story. So for me, it's not a retread, it's not unnecessary, it's that good that it made itself necessary to the entire Star Wars story.
I think the great thing about it is it really expands the universe. The original trilogy, most of the stories told through the eyes of the Skywalker family, but this movie shows that there's really a bigger story behind all of that involves a lot of the other characters too. And the quality of this movie really makes me a lot more excited for the other spin-offs coming. It's we have Han Solo coming, maybe an Obi-Wan movie in the future, Boba Fett, we don't know, but if they're all gonna be as good as this, just keep them coming.
And let's talk about the cast. Now, mostly these are like first-timers to the Star Wars world. Of course, we have cameos, which will all make you squeal, but mostly these are new characters. And it's a tall order to actually stand up to beloved characters already when you're a brand new character. But for some reason, in the span of one movie, you're already rooting for them, the way that you were rooting for Luke, for Han, for Leia, for Chewbacca, and by the end of the movie, you're rooting for them, you want them to win, you want them to succeed in their mission, and you empathize with them. Can I just say that's particularly one character, I won't mention who, it's too early, this is the no spoilers review, and this will be a fan favorite, for sure, this specific character.
But going back to the cameos, old fans of the franchise are gonna have a great time here. It's basically an Easter egg hunt for Star Wars fans. You can go look at the old characters, species, ships. There are so many things you can be looking out for, and it's a lot of fun.
And I guess the only way to describe it in our first part of our review, which is the no spoilers review, is that I think a lot of people were a bit worried when Lucasfilms was bought by Disney. We didn't know, not that we didn't like Disney, it's just that we weren't sure which direction they will take it. And I think this 1-2 punch of The Force Awakens and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, it makes you feel like the franchise is in great hands. And I have never been this excited after the tragedy that was 1, 2, 3. I have never been this excited about Star Wars since 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan right now.
All right, so that's our spoiler-free teaser review of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Watch for our full review when people have watched it already, where we tell you all the spoilers, tell you what we think about them. But basically, in the end, the main point is we loved it, we loved it, we loved it. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan, and watch it as soon as you can.
For those of you who've already seen it, let us know what you think. Are you gonna watch it again? Comment.
All right, so follow us on our social media accounts. That's The Rule of Nerds on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And please subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe.
And you can also follow us on our personal accounts. You can follow me at Chico Garcia on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And you can follow me on Twitter at M_Volante and on Instagram at JM_Volante. That's it for us. Nerds out.
Here we go. If you enjoyed our video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow us on our social media accounts, The Rule of Nerds, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.